Trends come and go, but can you make them work for type 4? Today I'm going to show you a bold eye look and a nude lip look. I know you'll be surprised, but you're going to have fun learning how. We're going a little stronger with the eyes, so we're opting for a lighter foundation, and this is something new. It's a tinted primer, and I was really surprised because well, for one thing, it looks a lot lighter, but once you see it, blends on my skin really nicely. So this is the same as our retexture primer, but it's a tinted primer, and it has a slightly higher SPF, so it's a 20. So that's really nice. You can use it in the summer or when you need a little extra coverage. And I like to just put it on with my foundation brush, and you'll see it's gonna go on kind of light. So this is the light, and I am a little more tan than I normally am. So I usually wear the 103 in the foundations during the summer, the spring, fall, and winter. And then sometimes in the summer, I'll dip into the 105 in like the BB cream just to give me a little slightly darker, but you can see it blends in so nicely. And I love using this with the powder foundation. So this is your primer, it has a little bit of a tint to it. It's also your sunscreen. So it gets that all covered there. Sweep around here, get it everywhere you can see. Blends right in. There's no light, weird, bright patches. So this is lighter than the BB cream as far as coverage goes, but it does have that primer effect. So it just kind of depends on what you like. I found that this had that really effortless, natural kind of glow, and then when you just top it with the dual blend powder, it gives you just the right amount of coverage. You have a lot of control with what you want. I find sometimes even with the BB creams, if I get extra sweaty, sometimes that even starts sweating off. This does not, because it's the primer. So then you just powder it in, you get rid of any, brightness. You can also come in with a little bit of concealer if you want for your darker spots or anywhere you need help. I do have some darker areas right here that have kind of popped up during this pregnancy. By the time you see this, I should have my baby. So watch the lifestyle group, and I'll post a picture and we'll see if I was right about his type. So I'm pretty sure he's a 3 based on the bull in the china cabinet feeling I get inside my body every day. So we'll see how that goes. So like I said, you can add this anywhere you want a little extra coverage. It's light. It is sheer, so this is not going to give you your full coverage effect. But I find this is really fun with the really dramatic eyes because it doesn't... the look, people are drawn to the places where you've put the color, and so the complexion cleans up really nicely just that way. So that's our foundation done. So the nice thing about this too is that gives you that dewy, soft, glowy. You can even add highlighters if you want to really up that quality. But this is that soft, dewy, not the heavy matte. So this is a different coverage. You'll just have to try it and see if you like it. You can use this in conjunction with your foundation. So if you want to just have one primer, you want to use that, and then add your level of foundation that you want for whatever occasion. It's a great place to start. So next I'm going to go in with my eye primer. I like to just get all my primers in, and then they can set a little bit while I get started. So put a little bit on your finger, blend them back and forth. Just dab across your eyelids here. You can use a brush. I like the warming effect that my fingertips give. And of course I'm using my middle finger so that it's not a lot of pressure. Get that in there. Blends in really nicely. There we go. So while that's setting, I'm going to go ahead and put my lip primer on. And I cannot say enough about primers. It really makes all the difference in the world between having an amateur looking makeup application that melts away in a few hours versus a really quality professional look and feel. Especially when you're doing our colors. If you're going to do red or dark pink, you absolutely have to use a lip primer so that you don't bleed around. This keeps everything in place. So primer's done. There we go. I do have my eyebrows tinted right now, so I don't need as much product, and I found that I really like using the fiber brow stuff in here, and it just thickens and elongates. And since we're going for that retro 80s vibe, we gotta make sure our eyebrows are showing up. Just fills in all those little spots, adds a little thickness to your thin areas, gets them all going in an upward direction. So I'm using Fawn, so this is the slightly darker version. We have 2 color options. My sister also uses this, and she has a dark blonde hair color, but her eyebrows are a little darker, so this even works well for her. There we go. Eyebrow check, see how fast that was? Never skip your eyebrows. It can be that simple, but it makes a world of difference. So we're gonna start with color now. I am doing, like I said, the intense blue, very colorful eye. So we're keeping it neutral with the Miami blush. This is, I know it's like, it looks intense, right? Orange, but I find that orange looks the most neutral, and we never do this. If you're doing this with your Type 4 blushes, you're doing it wrong, and you're gonna look pretty colorful. So it's just a light tap, a little dab on your hand, or a blow off, and then you're gonna focus on this part of your cheekbone, paralleling your jawbone, but it's up high. Keep the color up high, because that lifts the face. And right now, that is nice for me, because I got puffy pregnant face happening. Here we go. So this lets me know where my color is. You know what's fun about this foundation using the tinted primer is it lets your freckles show through. So I know freckles are really popular right now. Some people are even painting them on. If you've got freckles, this allows you to still have that nice foundation feel and look with letting your natural freckles show through. Okay, so here's where it gets fun. And we are gonna be doing a lot of color. So we have a new eyeshadow brush. And what's really fun about this one is you can do your entire makeup look with one brush. You'll see it has an angled edge, but it's also very full. So this allows you to apply color here on the end for detail, or here on the flat edge for more coverage. And then because it's soft and fluffy, you also get to blend. So if you want something to throw in your makeup bag, your to-go bag, traveling, you want one brush, this is the brush to have. So this is our new blue, and this is a really beautiful, shimmery, very intense blue. It's kind of like a navy indigo sparkle, but I really, really like it. So this is where I'm using the sharp end of the brush. We're gonna dip it in, and I'm starting with the darkest color because we're gonna create kind of an ombre effect across the eye, and this allows all the colors to blend really well. So pick up some of that color, and as we always do, tap it on your hand, but just a little, because I don't want all the color falling off, because we are gonna place quite a bit in here. Okay. So doing this above the crease line up in here, we're just gonna start tapping in the color. And because our first color is the darkest color, I know this looks pretty strong right now, but have faith in me, I promise this is gonna look amazing. I did this the other day on Sunday, and I saw lots of people at church, and then I had another function to go to, and I got a lot of compliments on how I looked, but no one really pointed out the color of my eyes. No one was like, oh, your eyes look blue, or oh, I love your eye makeup. People were just like, oh, you look so nice today, and I was like, thank you. It's my secret eye makeup. So, like I said, this is a lot of color, but this is a colorful eye makeup look. So, just get it in there, try to make it as symmetrical as possible, but it's also not crazy important that we do, because we are going to be blending and layering colors. So this is going up along above the brow, the crease line, and then about halfway in along the lash line. So got that in there. So trends come and go. We know, they circulate, they recirculate, and so like what we're doing today it's an 80s trend, and that's coming back. It's a lot more popular. You'll see a lot of color everywhere, and what's great about Just In Your Truth is it helps you, because there's so many trends, and how could you possibly try them all? But it allows you to pick and choose those trends that are gonna work for you, because you can look for those highlighted things. I knew when I saw this, I'm like, oh, icy blue makeup, totally can do that. Highlighting blue along the lash line with some vibrant blue, totally can do that. Let's combine those and create a trend that's really unique for us. So the trends we're doing today is a combination. So you'll see this blue eyeshadow look, and then this really cool liner combination where it's got black on top and blue on bottom with the blue mascara. And I had never thought to use a combination of mascaras with one on top and one on bottom, but it totally works, as you can see, for Type 4. So let's recreate that here, combining those two, letting it work perfectly for Type 4. So we're gonna go in with our blue velvet. This is an icy blue, medium color here. These are all shimmery, but it totally works for this. And because we put our eye primer on first, you don't have to worry about the crease lines happening. So we're gonna go in, this is gonna fill in the space here, and kind of gonna come about the next third of the way in. So it's gonna fill that hole and then come about 2/3 over. So you can see I'm blending that in here. Now I'm using the flat side of the brush, so pick that up, and you don't have to tap this color off because it doesn't have the intense pigmentation. We're gonna put that there. And as you can see, tapping allows us to pick up the other blue, bring it in. I'm kind of doing a slight circular motion here. Bringing that over. Okay. Now what I'm doing down here is I just have a tissue. So I'm just lightly wiping off the color I just used. Now we're gonna come in with platinum. So this is our silver color. We're gonna take that into this area of the eye here. And I'm starting here and brushing in because I don't wanna get a bunch of color fall out on the inside of my face here along my nose. Picking up the platinum, same thing here. Brushing it in toward the eye. Okay. Now I'm gonna just blend out this line here. And what's nice is I've got those other two colors, softer colors on here, so that's gonna help me diffuse that line. See the difference? Unblended, blended. I'm gonna blend that out. Making sure we don't go down too far, keeping it clean and bright up here. Now I'm gonna take a tiny bit of this blue velvet. I'm gonna put it on my pinky. And I'm just gonna put it in here. That's gonna lighten the inner corner of my eye. See that? Okay, so there's the eyeshadow done, and it's blue everywhere. And I'm gonna wipe that off there. I think I'm about done with eyeshadows, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna take this and just clean up any fallout that may have fallen down here. Just a little bit, so that's good, we don't want that. That's gonna muddy our underside or eye there. Okay, now it's time for eyeliner. So I'm going in with just a black on the top, and I am gonna use my liner brush to help me. So I'm gonna get the initial color line in with using directly from the pencil. And if you're really good at liquid eyeliners and you can do the cat eye, this is definitely the look to do that with. I am not, my eyes, because they're puffy right now, I've tried the liquid and it wasn't working so great for me. So I'm like, okay, well, right now we're gonna go in with the pencil. It's a lot more easy, a lot more forgiving and easier to work with. But if you can rock that liquid or the felt tip, go for it. I normally can, but right now it's just, you have to adapt to your season of life. And it's not a liquid line for me right now. Get that in there. And what's great is we know we're coming in with the liner brush, so we don't have to worry so much about filling in everything because the brush is gonna do that for us. And you can use a smudger end if you want. This does have the smudger end, but I like the firmness of the brush, allows me to pull the color a little easier. If you're just doing a normal look, the blender end of that pencil is perfectly adequate, but this allows me to do this and pull that out a little bit. That's where we're gonna meet up with our blue. So you can see, blended with the brush, not blended yet. And you can even pick up more eyeliner on the brush if you want. That helps you if you need it anywhere. So we're gonna pull that out a little bit, not too much. I do have a hooded eye, so I can't do the full cat eye because it just gets lost. So if you've got the space for it, go for it. I'm gonna pick up a little more black here. I want a little more intensity at the corners. So you just wipe it on your brush like this. And that gets you color. And I'm gonna thicken this line right on that outer corner. There we go, perfect. Pick up a little more. There we go, perfect. All right, so that's the top. Now it's time for some blue. And I'm gonna wipe this off because I might use this to smooth out that blue. So what's great about these quality brushes is they wipe off really nicely. If you wanna have two, that's fine too. I may not use it. So now we've got the eyeshadow on. You can see it with the eyeshadow look. Now we're gonna switch to that liner look and create that blue under. So I've got electric blue eyeliner. It's blue blue, we're gonna go ahead and do the waterline first. So that's, the waterline is the space between your lashes and your eyeball. And that's where the color's really gonna show up. Gonna get it in there. Sometimes you kind of have to warm that pencil up. So I'll do this one, do that one, and I'll probably come back now that the pencil will be warm and do a little more on that side. There we go. You can see it's warming up now. It's starting to come off better. There we go. So get that blue, add a little more over here. There we go. And then I am going to draw just a little bit, do some little taps into the lash line to intensify this blue, and that will support the blue mascara we're going to add next. Well, we'll add the black, then we'll add the blue. Okay. Woo woo. Alright, so I'm going to go in with our Black Ultimate Mascara. This is a nice volumizing mascara. You could do primer with this if you want. I'm going to opt to not do that this time, just for the sake of reducing some of our product offering here. But you totally can if you want, if you like that. So I'm going to do one coat of mascara. Ooh, a little bit right there. And then I'll do the bottom blue, and then I'll go back and do another layer of black so we get a lot of volume. Now in for the blue. And yes, this is a lot more product than we normally do. This is not your everyday go to the grocery store look, but you know, when you want to do something fun and really punch it up, why not? I mean, we have these colors to work with. We can rock these looks. Getting that blue in there. I know this isn't quite as intense of a blue line as the look I showed you. And that's because we did the blue eyeshadow. I think if you wanted to do that high of the contrast that strongly with your look, you'd probably want to tone down your eyeshadow a little bit. So let's go in with another coat of black mascara. So there we have the last of our makeup added. Our mascara is on. Now the eyes are done. But because we're doing this intense colored look, we also get to mix another trend in with this look, and that's the nude lip look, which is perfect to balance out these bold eyes. So we have our great lip liner. We've been using it for a while with some great neutral glosses. We searched high and low, Anna and I did, and found you a brown. Yes, I said it, a brown lipstick. We get to mix in another trend with this look, and that's the nude lip look. We've talked about nude before. We have a post that talks about wearing nude shoes and the qualities that nude needs to have. It needs to match your skin tone. And of course, like, not everything we wear is a bright, vivid hue or black or white. I have brown eyebrows. I have brown hair. My skin is a peachy color. So you can do nude or neutral, but it needs to have a cool quality that doesn't really read so much as a brown color as much as it does just creating a neutral blank slate. So we're going in with our lip liner, and this is pink nude. We're gonna line the lips, and I like to go slightly outside the line with this one because it, as you can see, is almost a perfect match with my lips, and I can get a fuller looking lip without looking crazy. So there's the top. And how you overline the bottom is you go slightly under that pout line. So when you relax your lips, it's slightly under there. Blend it just a bit. Are you ready for this? Oh, yes, it's brown, but it's okay, I promise. There we go. There you have it. You can see it balances so nicely. It really lets those eyes shine. It's not drawing attention, but it creates a smooth, polished look to my lips without adding any color. What do you think? Does it work? Do you like it? Are you excited to try it? I know we've loved our neutral lip glosses, and this is great because it gives you that non-sticky feel and it creates a nice matte finish. So give it a try and tell us what you think. Check out my other collection. You'll notice I've done the flip. So I've done a bold lip with a neutral eye. So we're kind of combining both of those trends. Have fun with the current trends. They feature so many great, amazing bold colors, whether that's in your eye look or your lip look. Have fun with them. Tell us what you're doing. Show us a picture in the Lifestyle Facebook group. We love to see what everyone's trying.